In this video, I'm sharing a simple tool to release core fears. In the first part of the video, I will walk you through the process, and in the second part, we will do a meditation together. If you're here for the first time, my name is Kiran. Welcome to my channel. So if you had met me 3 years ago, I was a very different person, someone very unhappy. Because I had all these dreams, but I was held back by fears. I can't even tell you how many books I read and things I tried to overcome fears. Like intellectually, I understood that I needed to embrace the unknown, and yet I would hold myself back from taking that leap of faith. Now, around that time, one of my friends who is spiritually quite advanced said to me, "Kiran, I have an excellent meditation to overcome fears. I've tried it and I can't recommend it enough. Why don't you give it a shot?" I said to myself, I've pretty much tried everything, so why not give this a shot? And what started out as a 30-day experiment is now a part of my daily meditation practice. And it's been over 3.5 years. And I do this prayer, this meditation every single day, and I kid you not, it has changed my life. And it's not that fears have disappeared from my life, but now it's more like when a fear shows up, I have the tools and I know what I need to do in order to address it. So the name of the meditation treatment is called Core Fear Removal. Now in the description below, I've put the link to the source from where I got this meditation. So if you would like to read more, then please do check it out. So let's start with what are core fears. In my experience, core fears are fears that lie at the very core of your being. So as an example, one of the fears I had for the longest time was that I couldn't be on camera. Every single time I hit that record button, I would have a full-on panic attack. And this was something I really wanted to heal, so I remember taking out my pen and journal and just writing down things that came to my mind. And I asked myself a set of questions starting with, why do I have this fear? And the answer I wrote was, because other people will find out what I think. And then I asked myself, well, why is that such a big deal? And what I wrote was, because it will get me killed. At first I was surprised, more like shocked, because logically it made no sense. And that's the thing about our subconscious fears. They make no sense and yet they are there. So what started out as fear of being on camera, in reality was fear of being killed for speaking my truth. And a lot of times we have these fears and we don't pay much attention to them and we just accept them as is. But once we start to dig in, then we start to uncover what is at the very core of these fears. What programs, what beliefs are running these programs? Now, as you do this similar exercise, of course, your core fears are going to be different depending upon your experiences and your situations. But some of the core fears that all of us as humans have at some level are fear of survival, fear of betrayal, fear of terrorism, fear of being annihilated, fear of not being enough. Now, the first thing that you want to do when delving into the core fear removal meditation is list down all your fears, because this is something you will be needing during the meditation. And be as specific with your fears as you can. Instead of an overarching fear of, say, fear of starting a business, break it down, make it more specific. Just like I shared in the exercise below, really dig deep and find out what's at the core. Is it fear of being seen, or fear of success or failure, or something else? Now, this meditation is divided into 2 parts. In the first part of the meditation, you will connect with your higher self. And in the second part, you ask for the fears, as in the fears you wrote down in the list, to be removed from your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual body. At an energetic level, our body comprises of 4 main layers: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And in case this information is new for you, then recently I made a video on this topic, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Now, as you're going through this meditation, one of the things you will hear is something called fear programs. An easy way to visualize these fear programs is think of them as a software program. So, as an example, say you want to have a Zoom call with your friend. Chances are you will first download the Zoom app that will enable you to call your friend. Similarly, think of your fears, say fear of being a failure or fear of being judged. Think of them as different software programs that are running in different layers of your body. And during the meditation, when you ask these specific fear programs to be removed, it's almost similar to removing software programs from a computer. Now, when you do this meditation, as a suggestion, try it out for 30 days and check in with yourself how you feel. Have you noticed any shifts? Maybe your fears are not as potent as they were on day one, or perhaps a new list of fears are showing up for you. In that case, update your list and really connect with your inner guidance. Now, if at the end of 30 days you don't notice any shift, then consider coming back to this meditation at a later time. Another powerful way to work with this meditation is that make a recording of this meditation in your own voice and play it on a loop while you are asleep. Because when you are sleeping, your conscious mind gets out of the way and your subconscious mind can get to work. And that enables healing at a much deeper level. Another thing that I will point out is that sometimes you're working with a fear, you clear it out, and then it shows up again after 2 months. If that happens, don't get discouraged. Think of it like peeling the layers of an onion. In your first attempt, you removed fear from the first layer, and now you are getting to remove the same fear from the second layer, and so on. And finally, before we get into the meditation, perhaps the best advice I could give you is be honest with your fears. Half of the work is already done when you are willing to acknowledge the fears that are holding you back. And as you work with this meditation, please be as gentle with yourself as you possibly can. With that, let's get into the meditation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. And now we begin. Beloveds, we call forth our God Self, the Masters, and our personal evolution support teams, as well as our overlighting angel of healing. First, imagine yourself in a pillar of pale silver light. Beloveds, we request you to install the lattice work of light into the mind grid field and emotional field to remove all fear-based programs. I ask for a general clearing of all fear-based programs that are hindering my spiritual growth and evolution. You may feel these energetic qualities and these fear programs moving out of your crown chakra. You may now want to voice that particular fear and be specific on what you are intending to clear and release now. I request that my teams focus on my physical body, and I ask to remove any and all fear-based programs lodged there. I request that you clear and heal my etheric body and remove any and all fear-based programs that may be blocking me. I request that you clear and heal my astral body and remove all fear-based programs and spiritual weeds from the astral and emotional selves. I ask that the programs be completely removed from my soul and from the cellular memory of the Akashic records from past, present, future, and simultaneous lifetimes. I give full permission for you to do this now. Allow yourself to feel complete with this removal, and as you do, anchor, lock, and seal this work throughout your hologram. Anchor, lock, and seal this work throughout the time matrix. Beloveds, I thank the Masters and my healing teams for this support and clearing. In deep love and gratitude, and so it is. We close this session and seal it into the light of oneness.